Hey yo, what's up? Bash back at ya. I am about to do another beat. This one is by actually a collection that I got from CJ Keys and um, Sonic Boom as a combo. Yeah, so it's really nice. I really like these two as a team when they work together. So I'm gonna play this and then freestyle on it. Y'all get directly into the body, and then you're gonna decide. Well, you're gonna decide nothing. You're gonna be able to understand what I mean by the music has its own energy. And this specific beat here, I've had it for quite some time, and I've listened to it quite a bit. And all I could really find myself doing with it is like, well, yeah, play. Literally, that's all I can find myself doing with the beat. So it's a good sound. Yo, Bash.L coming at you real damn slow. He's coming at you real, yeah, you got to fucking go. Wait, you listen to it, you gon' hear a lot of different flows. And those flows are the ones that you gon' wanna take and stow. Put them away for a later day, and then you take them and use them in a list, real nice song. And then you don't really kinda lose the flow. But because I am trying to listen straight to the beat, even though I'm understanding that it's wrong, then what I think I could have this beat on repeat, and everybody know I got the flow. And Bash.L, yeah, he's the one who's got to go, and this is all you got to really do. And when you understand that it's a momentary thing that you gon' have with the beat, thing that you gon' have with the beat, yep, that's the sound. As I said, you see the people in the beat right now, that the instruments making the beat move forward, yeah. We on the same real flow, on the same real go, on the same groovy flow. I really freaking like the way that this beat was made, so I myself would like to make a song on it. But the truth of this matter is that I did not know what to do with this beat before this day arrived. And so now that I understand what it sounds like, and I have heard a little bit of sound, and I think that I fell off, but then again, but back on. It's a really awkward listening to this when I fall off, cause I'm thinking about the fact that I just fell off. So I'm explaining it to you, so you know not to freaking stop rapping when you do yourself. Cause that's the thing, as the surprise matter is nobody really knows what you're gonna say to the next. So if you keep going, you will then be like a pro. Cause if you sound good, even when you're saying absolutely nothing, then you can just go and take that shit. And I'm fixated to this flow. So let's see what else has got to freaking go. Yo, it's got to freaking go. Maybe I can make a hook, and I could make a hook, and I could make a hook, and it will really stick. Let's snoop. Shit, I could get a cookbook and make a cook. Nah. Still thinking about the cookbook, it's a beautiful piece, yo. I made it such a long time ago, but I don't know what to do with the music though, cause what I do is just like post it shit. But I think about it, and so I sat and thought to myself, how could I take the whole compilation of music and then put it together in a place that you could pick and listen if you wanted to hear it, and you could yourself just go and enjoy it. But myself is, I'm thinking that I shouldn't put everything out at once. So that was the end of the beat. You see that? It gave me a smile, which is basically giving. It's a great beat. The name of this beat is I Hate Telling a Lie. Yeah, it's a beautiful instrumental. I hate telling a lie. And the thing is this, it moves. Like, it's not the title that really is gonna, in this case, reflect what the instrumental is to you. Because this is what I found here. I found that a lot of people who take instrumentals would then make the instrumental, then not know what to name them. And since they don't know what to name the instrumental, they just gotta, just name it whatever. And I found myself doing this on like songs, like literal actual tracks that I wrote and recorded, and even songs that I like freestyled, and I was like, whoa, this was a fire moment that I had with this instrumental. It spoke to me and I spoke to it, like it sent a signal and then I received it very clearly and sent it back. Sometimes it sends a signal and you kind of get the signal, but it's not really what you're looking for. But you get something out of it, but it's not really like the hottest shit ever. And that's how you know that either the beat isn't the dopest shit ever, one, or two, you're just not ready to do that instrumental. And that's also something that you should do, meaning that no instrumental is of no value. Like, all instrumentals are of value. It's just that some instrumentals are of zero value to you at a specific point in time. So you should keep a lot of the instrumentals that you purchase. Like, if I get the right to lease, I want the person to give me, let's say I am a guy looking to go buy an instrumental from like a guy who makes instrumentals, yeah? So I want the right to lease. I'm gonna be able to use the instrumental for whatever purpose that I want to use it for, yes, as well as everybody else, whoever else the person who created, the producer, decides to give the right to lease to as well, yeah. So those guys are also gonna have the same ability as I, yeah. And that's beautiful because then they get to be on the landscape that I'm also on, and it's like a lot of architects are just building houses on the same plane, and then we get to see, on which plane who used the landscape best, and yeah, and it's nice that way because then that means that we also get to appreciate the fact that no instrumental has a single point of entry and point of exit, or there is no single specific strategy for each instrumental if you want to like pick it apart or something, And it's good for you to actually do this freestyle session because then you find something that the beat says to you that will probably be a very nice flow for you to continue with over time, like continuously type shit. Like what is going to be the predominant sound of the song that you're going to be making, yeah. So the predominant sound of the song is probably going to be found while you're sitting here just doing, the freestyling and enjoying that. Because man, you've got to listen to this beat. This beat is beautiful, and if you want it, So I think that's lease is always the best, guys. I don't know these guys who are fighting over, I want soul rights. Like, look at the internet, A lot of shit is open source, bruh. Like, the fuck. I think open source is cool too, But in a way where we all gotta make some money somehow, yeah. So we can't be unreasonable as people. The guy who makes the beats is making beats that are splendid and spectacular, and they need to earn a living as well, because it takes time to do that shit job. And to master that craft, it's not an easy motherfucking thing. You don't just wake up one morning and boom, you're a motherfucking instrumental expert, producer. Motherfucker, please. That shit don't happen like that. So that's exactly what you should be looking out for. So when you listen to, as an artist or personally, this is how I experience it. When I listen to, that's the energies that I like to feel. A lot of shit. Those two people working together. I've actually seen it happen live, guys. I've seen it happen live. It was a freaking mistake by damn accident. I just happened to be at the right place at the right time. And so I was blessed with the ability to see the guys work as a team. And they were just not minding that I existed. And it was beautiful. Like, dude, it's nice to watch people make art. And the more artistic you are, like, the better, bruh. Like, even a fart could be like art, dude. Like, if you do it right, But I don't know if I would be, the person who would like to procure your fart, yeah. So it depends if you have an audience for it, yeah. But there again, it's about the pleasure mainly. So it doesn't matter about whether you have an audience or not, unless you want to use it as your, single source income product, which is not a very good strategy. I don't think there should be a rapper on planet Earth who thinks that rapping is how I'm gonna make my money. Yes, I'm rich because I'm a rapper. No! Foolish! As a musician, you need to know that sometimes, there aren't any gigs And sometimes there are too many gigs for me to do. Like people are overbooking me. I'm overbooked and I'm trying to push people forward. So people are like, no, we want this specific date, and we're trying to push them forward to other dates so we can book other dates as well and shit. And people are, and then there's dry days. It's like it's different. Time's not the same. People celebrate at different times, yeah. But I know the bigger the market, of course, the smaller that kind of problem and da. But for the average person who loves to make music, yeah, I'm not talking about like the superstar worldwide guy. I'm talking about the guy who's really fucking good. But that's not like the thing that he's really gonna freaking go and do like, yeah. Unless, of course it beckons and calls, slowly, and that guy's sleep as he sleeps in the evening. It itches at the back of his head and it says to him, motherfucker, you're a rapper. Rap, motherfucker, you're a rapper, y'all. Unless that's the shit that's happening with you, then man, don't rap. Actually, no, don't rap. I'm not saying don't rap, I'm saying do rap, but don't take rap as the only way you're gonna make money, y'all. So think about other ways to better yourself, bro. Don't just think rap, y'all. And I think the most beautiful thing that you can possibly do is rap with other people, bro. Like, I have been in moments where I was having like a session with some 3 or 4 guys who were just kicking it on an instrumental, and then I just got there and it was just a normal fucking day, and they were kicking it, and I was like, shit, I just got free from class, I'm going to my spot, man, I'm in this one. So I joined up and we just started freestyling and stuff. And when you pass the beats back and forth to other people, man, it's great. It's really freaking fun. But what you get from there when you record it, yeah, is a basic sense of how diverse the sound of a single instrumental can possibly be. So when a person takes a single song and then takes the instrumental and says, yeah, this is, and make it a canvas, yeah, like background music, yeah, then you can go make your background music. But that's not what I'm looking for. So if you're sending me an instrumental, yeah, then you should be sending me something that is not background music, meaning that you don't have a very fixated idea of what you want. It is very general. That's very beautiful. But there again, sometimes being very general is also an issue, because you can be too general and not have those little treats inside your sound that makes the listener want to continuously engage with you, like the whole fucking time. Because I've heard people who make beats that today the beats are fire, tomorrow the beats are not, and that's normal. That's what everybody freaking does. Like, it's human motherfucking thing. But the reason why it's that is, even I myself as a writer have seen this shit, is because I'm not addressing the same crowd continuously. If you're continuously addressing the same people would most probably be continuously engaged, and if they do disengage, you will do what? Make attempts to try and re-engage those people. So that's your specific market base, whatever the hell, yeah? So you're looking at that shit, yeah? So you decide that, that's the shit that I'm going to be checking out, bro. So you do it. And you follow that group too. That group's going to become sustained for a much longer period of time than you would if it wasn't on like a normal group that you just met yesterday. Because those guys have like some form of loyalty or following to you, yeah? So those guys really, they are interested in what you're doing. But when you're doing the thing that they started being interested in you for only, basically, yeah? So if you do something completely different from what you normally do, the people who normally listen to you will be like, what the fuck is this? No, man, this is not what I'm looking for. So this means that there's going to be a different audience that you need to be targeting. Even as the same musician or artist. That's cool, that happens, man. Because it's not about you. It's about the product that you have and you've created, job. So, yeah. So that's the thing. So it might have that, and then you have to decide: am I gonna take this kind of sound and stockpile it on the side? And maybe if I make music, this is maybe the last 5-6 tracks that I make. Like when you make music, it's kind of like when you're making. When I make an album, it's kind of like when you're in the process of like distilling, like there's going to be like the first stuff, and it's like there's going to be the first real high quality shit, and then the quality is going to become normal, and then there's gonna be like a tail. That shit can actually be something that sounds to you like it's off, but there's probably a market for it. So stockpile that shit too, y'all, and then look around. Maybe you'll find people who like that, and they'll be a very diverse musician, huh? Because those people are going to be so shocked that you make music that's just like that, but you also make music that's just like that. How does a person who makes music like this make music like that? What? Where did you make that music? Wait, is this the same person? There must be a group writing. But no, it's not that. It's just because humans are very, complex to, compared to like other animals. We have like a crazy cycle of emotions that's like intense, and it's more intense when the person who expresses art expresses or does the craft, because their emotion is basically what the craft is. So the problem is that if the emotion changes, then you see a ripple effect in the craft that the person, like what the person has recently built, right? So then you will be able to think, shit, damn, this person doesn't sound the same as they did like last year or like 2 years ago, right? Like 3 years ago, or whenever the hell you guys started working, right? Or even last week. So you take that and you put it aside. The thing is, don't toss it. And if you do toss it, don't toss your talent and say that's trash, because the problem is you just can't relate to it at that time. And you don't understand that there are people who can relate to it at that time, because there's a group of people who are currently experiencing that emotion that you're experiencing, because you're fucking normal, bro. Like, you feel like you're so special and all that shit, but you're not. You're like a motherfucking normal person. If you take Disprin and that shit works on you, fucking shit. If you take painkillers and it's good and your pain goes away, motherfucker, if medicine works on you, you think you're that different from other human beings, really. So emotions are something that everybody fucking has. So don't underestimate that, Jah. Because sometimes a person who'd never listen to a specific song might be in a specific mood, and you just hit them one time with that shit, and then boom, now they're like a fan of the whole genre. So you need to be careful who you introduce to music, what kind, when, and what, as a person, an artist. But that's not in your control, is it? It is not at all. So that's the beauty of it. Even though you need to take like steps there really aren't that many steps you kind of can't take, because unless of course you want to take your music and then like totally dilute that shit. Because if you totally dilute that shit, then you talk about like the most generic shit ever, and the aspect of you dies away. Like, who you are is no longer inside the music, and so we don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Like, when I make music, you can hear the music that I make when I speak about different topics. There's music that I make when I'm trying to reach a crowd. There's music where I make where I'm just trying to please myself, and I found this. I found more fulfillment in the music that I make when I try to please myself rather than the one that I make when I try to please a crowd. If me and the crowd like the same music, I will perform for the crowd so happily, joyously so. And it'll be a celebration every single time I perform. But if I fucking hate the song, damn it, I will hate the job. So I want to get the best out of just living. Because life is beautiful. Life is for living. Live as long as you possibly can. And as happily as you possibly can. I'm not saying, that if you're being taken hostage, you should allow to be taken to a second location because you want to stay alive longer. Fight back in that situation. Of course, it's stupid, because the things that might happen to the second location, you don't really know. But when life's good, enjoy it. That's the thing. I'm saying you need to have the ability to see when your life is good and to enjoy those moments. And when you don't have a great life, you need to be able to say, yes, this is the great part, because my life is tough in this particular moment, I will be able to enjoy life whenever this heavy rock that I am currently trying to lift and move has been lifted, So once I'm done with this, I will be so grateful that living is the way living is, So that's the thing. So even if you're in the shit, swim in the shit and get across, because be like, oh shit, I'm in the shit. Wow, this is so fucking awesome. Because I'm in the shit, I get the ability to learn the lessons that people who are in the shit learn, bruh. that's so special, dude. How many people have been in the shit, you know? So, although a lot of people have been in the shit, I don't think too many people have learned the lessons you need to learn when you're in the shit. So they find themselves in the shit once again, repeatedly, continuously for like an elongated period of time. And that the day life just becomes like a whole thing, which is like, no. Yeah, so I'm not going to judge other people's lifestyles, but I am going to say that the lifestyle that I lead is awesome. And if you don't think the lifestyle that you lead is awesome, then you got problems, bro. You should start thinking about, unless of course, like you're like a kid that's in high school, then you know you shouldn't be watching this, should you? But if you are, you should be at school studying, continuously, because it's important to get information. Information is like the main tools of means of communication. Like if I tell you something that you can understand, you probably follow along longer than if I tell you something you have absolutely no idea, about, because that shit will like boggle your mind and you'd be like, what the fuck? So what was he doing about? And then you just go. So yeah, if y'all listen this far and y'all don't know what the hell happened this entire time, what I was doing the whole time, you should understand this. Just go listen to the first video, watch the first video, check that video out, and then you'll be able to understand what the hell we're doing here. I really enjoyed this instrumental. I don't remember making a song on this instrumental, but I am definitely going to write one on this instrumental. Why? Because I just figured out what I could do with this instrumental. But that doesn't mean that I'm going to record it and like it and then send it out. That means that I'm going to freaking go and make an attempt on writing a song on this instrumental. And if I don't like the song that I write, I don't give a shit if you guys want to hear it.